Once I had a palace, here merely a flat. I fled with some diamonds and that was that. Once ladies in waiting, all bending a knee. Now only one lady in waiting, me. No caviar, but I say we're not dead now. Let us not be sad, the night's young, and Russians are mad, so let's live in the land of yesterday, live in the grand imperial heyday. Let's live in the land of yesterday, Russia, Russia. Let's brush off the days of old and let's hold the world at bay. Yes, here's to Russia! Here's to Russia! Here's to Russia! Land of yesterday. Hey, hey, hey! Land of yesterday. Hey! Vlad Popov. Oh, I thought the Bolsheviks put you in front of a firing squad.
They did, but when they gave the order to fire, no one could pull the trigger.
Can't imagine why not.
I still melt hearts, ma chère, just as you still melt mine. I crossed a continent for this moment.
Still up to your old tricks.
Admit you're happy to see me.
I'm glad you're not dead, but that's as far as I'm prepared to go. What are you doing in Paris?
Didn't you get my letter?
And I promptly tore it up.
You've grown hard, my darling Lily.
No harder than I need be.
My precious Lily?
I'm not the same woman you remember, Vlad.
No. You're even lovelier than I remember. My hot-blooded, sensual, passionate mistress.
That was then, when the world was beautiful.
We'll make it beautiful again. In Paris, the city for lovers.
If only we could.
Ever since that first day I saw you at court, I knew I was beneath you.
You were right, my darling. You were. I'm sorry, Count Leopold.
She can't always be resting. The Dowager Empress knows I have important papers for her to sign.
Papers designating you the heir to the Romanov fortune? She will never sign them.
She's an old woman who has outlived her place in history. Anastasia is a pathetic figment of her imagination. Eventually, I will be recognized as the sole beneficiary of the Tsar's estate by an international court of law.
I'll tell Her Majesty you called.
You'll be at the Neva Club this evening, Lily?
Along with every other white Russian in Paris.
I will want first Charleston.
I've given up dancing for Lent.
Lent just ended.
Next Lent, I'm getting an early start.
Is he gone?
Your Imperial Majesty.
He's like a dog with a bone, that one.
Only 4 letters today.
If only I could lose hope entirely. I used to open each one with a beating heart. Could this be my precious Anastasia? But after so many disappointments, I've come to dread the daily post. Another day, another imposter.
I won't let you give up.
Dearest Lily, I know I am a proud and difficult woman. You are the only one I have allowed to see what's become of me. I was Maria Fyodorovna Romanov, Empress of all Russia. You can't possibly know what that means, Lily. No one can.
Your Majesty, remember our happy summers by the sea in Levadia.
Levadia? They all do their homework.
Strange and bizarre occurrences have brought me to Buenos Aires. Bring me to Paris, and I will convince you that I am Anastasia.
She wants me to pay her passage. At least that little imposter from Cleveland paid her own way. Why is it Cleveland? I've never heard of such a place. It sounds dreadful. Cleveland.
Dearest Grandmama, if I may call you that, Your Majesty.
I was never Grandmama. I was Nana. I was only Nana. Grandmama. They play me for a fool. Give me those. No more letters. No more interviews.
There will be other young women. What shall I tell them?
Tell them they're too late. The Grand Duchess Anastasia Romanov is dead, and the Dowager Empress is dead with her. Leave me.
I think history demands we play this game to the end.
Please, be seated.
There's no need. I shall be brief. Who are you?
I believe I am the youngest daughter.
Spare me my family history. It's in every bookstore along the Seine. Anyone can read it.
I didn't think you'd be so cruel.
I'm old and impatient. Kindness has become a luxury.
My Nana was the most loving woman imaginable.
That was before they murdered everyone she loved.
Her bosom smelled like oranges when she hugged me.
It's a common enough scent.
Not hers. It came from Sicily, made especially for her, in a box of polished olive wood.
How dare you sit without my permission? All right, sit. You have my permission. In that case, I'll sit too. Who was my favorite lady in waiting?
You didn't have one. You kept dismissing them.
It was a trick question. You're very clever, I'll grant you that. I'm trying to see the resemblance, but I don't trust my eyes.
You should wear spectacles. I'm sorry.
Name the three.
Why don't you want me to be her?
I found solace in my bitterness. It doesn't disappoint me. You Anastasias always do.
If you give me a chance, maybe I won't.
I don't believe Anastasia exists.
You don't want to believe it.
What was your mother's title as Empress of all Russia?
Aren't we beyond all this?
Her Imperial Majesty, Empress of all the Russias, Alexandra Fyodorovna Romanov.
She was mama to me. She was mama to all of us.
You all cry at some point. Do you rehearse? Tears will get you nowhere.
Why did you come here?
Your young man tells me you weren't a part of his scheme.
He's right, I wasn't.
He believes that you very well may be my granddaughter. Says you've come to believe it yourself.
I believe it with all my heart, but I can't be her unless you recognize me.
You can't be anyone unless you first recognize yourself.
I know.
Do you know what it means to lose everything, young woman? My son, his children, everything I held dear and loved with all my heart, all gone and lost in one terrible moment. I will ask you one more time, young woman. Be very careful how you answer. Who are you?
I don't know anymore. Who are you?
An old woman who is remembering nothing the way it was and everything the way it should have been.
Do you remember the last time you saw Anastasia?
I didn't know it was the last time. We never do. We never know what goodbye is our last.
You were leaving for Paris. You never came back. You gave her a music box. I believe this was it.